Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets. Today, checking out another beer that I brought back from MBCC 2021. It was a great festival once again, and we got to meet up with a lot of great people. And some of these people were the people from Neon Raptor in the UK. If you guys do not know Neon Raptor, it's one of the more well-known breweries at the moment in the UK for especially stouts. They also do loads of IPAs and whatnot. But I remember personally, like a year or so ago, maybe a little bit more, they were putting out loads of pastry stouts and pastry stouts that were big and beefy and oomphy. Like they weren't just like sweet sugar water, which was awesome. Like they were base beers that could handle the adjuncts, all even though some of the adjuncts often were flavorings. I've drifted further away from this style, I will say that. But I just remember a lot of their stuff was really good, and I've sparred and talked to the guys. We've talked online, and I actually thought we met in person, but we haven't. So it was fun to actually catch up, and we had a few beers. Was it Friday night, Saturday night? Saturday night, I think. And it was just fun hanging out. But they gave me some beers to check out. This one, which is Vampire Disco, and their collab with Imperial called Defeat the Rancor, which is apparently one of the highest rated stouts in the UK at the moment. But this is Vampire Disco, as I said, with an awesome Nosferatu label. I think this is a reference to Nosferatu, the movie. But this is an pastry sour. Usually, pastry sours are not my thing. It's something I've really drifted away from. Where at one point I was like, "Wow, this is just so crazy and fun," and it is fun, and there should definitely be room for fun in beers. But it's gone to a point where a lot of them are just like drinking smoothies or just sweet sugar water, and I really don't want that. The big thing is it actually has to be sour. Um, but sometimes I can enjoy them. Like actually, one of them, the Hydra beer from Mortalis. It was a nice tasting beverage, but it was not something I would want to buy again. So it's like just a personal preference. I could definitely see why people loved it. But it'll be interesting to try this one. So this is an Imperial peanut butter and jelly sour on 10%. Attempt at making peanut butter jelly flavors. So yeah, this will be fun. This is made with PB&J flavors. So it contains blackcurrant, strawberry, cherry, red currant, and peanut butter. And it says Dairy Dance in House of the Bat. So yeah, it's also got some lactose in there. I can see oats and wheat, of course, water and barley malt, and yeast and hops, and then peanut butter essence. So I'm guessing that's the flavoring, but I actually like that they put that on there. It says peanut butter essence. It just doesn't say peanut butter. It says exactly what it is. Peanut butter compound, whatever. Like it says what it is. So you're probably gonna get a big peanut butter flavor, and it's probably also what they used in Yellow Belly. But Yellow Belly, it's a beer. I don't know how it would fare with me nowadays, but just a year or two ago, maybe I was raving about beers like that, but I just drifted away from them a bit. But hey, it could be fun to revisit that beer again. I think they do a revamped version now, but 10% massive beer. Pour it out really, really crazy dark. It almost looks like blood in the glass, so maybe that's the idea for Vampire Disco because it's so deep red. And the head on there is it's just bright pink. It really reminds me of the Omnipollo, the first time when I had one of those crazy Bianca gozes. I think there was blackcurrant too, because that was just like this kind of color and this. I think the head one that was even darker. But one of the big things again, it has a head. It's not like this weird disgusting foam. I don't know when we get to the bottom of the can, but it looks nice. It looks nice. It looks very appetizing. A cool color. But let's check out. It looks like Ribena in a glass pretty much. But let's check out the aroma. This is full on pastry. Full on. They do not skimp on anything. It's totally a recognizable peanut butter thing because it reminds me of something like, as I said, Yellow Belly, and also reminds me of Captain's Daughter from what's the brewery called? The milk stout from the States, like peanut butter milk stout. It just reminds me of that. There's so much peanut butter. And the aroma there is it's also really biscuity too. I think that's part of the peanut butter essence, but it's got like a peanut butter biscuit kind of aroma to it. So much so that I on the aroma it really dominates the beers. There is a red berry, forest berry type essence to it as well, but it's definitely that flavoring that dominates. Yeah, this is not something I often buy myself anymore, but maybe I'm gonna be floored by the taste. We'll see. I mean, it smells like peanut butter with a bit of jelly. It smells exactly like what they set out to make. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. And thanks to the guys at Raptor for the beer. Yep. It's sour. It's like sharp, sour blackcurrant flavor, which is nice. Really thick, really rich. Like, this is something I shouldn't crack on my own. You know, it tastes good. But, you know, it's usually not what I want to look for nowadays. It's kind of like an impression beer, really. Like, this is something I think if you pour it at festivals and whatnot, people will go nuts for. I think there's, you know, that's a huge part of it. There's probably a lot of people who could slam this on their own. You're pretty drunk because it's a 10% beer. But it's like really thick. The big thing is like, it's not too sweet. The lactose is there to give some body, but it's not like cloying. Like, it is sweet, but there's enough sourness, and I'm guessing that's from both the base, but also the currants, because currants are really sour, to cut it. And that's actually the currants I'm getting most of, like blackcurrant and red currant. They're really on the forefront with a boatload of peanut butter flavor. Like, it's really peanut buttery. Licking my lips, there's just a pronounced sweetness. It's, you know, it's a sharp kind of lactic sourness. It's like eating the berries en masse, like in just in a huge amount, like especially currants, because currants are really sour and tart. What I do really like, though, there's definitely some tannic structure on the back. It has like nice drying tannins. It's, you know, think red wine tannins. It doesn't taste like that, but it has like a drying tannic structure, which is really nice. That helps combat all that like pastry-esque flavor and sweetness. Like, again, it's a super well constructed beer, but it's probably not a beer I would personally pick up. That's like my main thought behind like, or with this beer. You know, I think loads of you guys would freaking love this. Like, I think this is just, oh yes, this is what you want. But nowadays, I'm just drifting further and further away from this, which is, I think it's just the circle of beer. Like, there's so many circles. Like, then a period of time you want to drink this style, and then a period of time you want to drink that style. That's just how it is. But really quaffable, drinkable. I'm so glad it's sour. So glad it's sour. What can we compare this to? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to look here. I want to see. Oh, what if we do this? Is it like really pulpy? And no, it's actually not too bad. That's really nice to see. Like, they went all in with a lot of flavor, but it's not like pulpy and thick and rich. But yeah, I can't really knock this beer too much other than personal preference, and that is not my preference. It's, you know, maybe a bit. It's not like overtly crazily complex because it's a kettle sour with loads of fruit and peanut butter flavoring. So what you're getting mostly is like fruit. There's that tannic structure, which is an extra complexity that's nice. There's the sourness. And again, because there's so much peanut butter flavor, again, it's mostly the currants I'm deciphering in here. Maybe like some dark cherry. Like around 88, 90. Like, it's a well-made beer. And there's probably a boatload of people who would give this much higher grades. But again, it's just because this is not my favorite style. And that's just how it is. But you can still look at a beer and not trash talk a beer because it's not to your personal preference. There's some campaigns about some things online at the moment with features barley and wine where some people are not being very nice to a style they don't like. And it's okay. It's fun in games. But it's also like, you can also look at things, you know, beyond what you like if you tasted enough beers, so you actually know that, like, this is brewed well for what it is, and this is brewed well for what it is. This is brewed well for pastry sour, which is what it's supposed to be, and it hits all the marks for this style, and I think a lot of people, as I said, would go nuts over it. For me, again, it's around 88, 90. I feel the same way kind of as I did with the Hydra stuff from Mortalis, but although maybe I like this a bit more because it's actually sour. It's not just fruit puree, so maybe this should be stretched to maybe up to a 91. But, you know, yeah, it's nice. It's just not something I'd usually go for myself. So, but still, it's awesome to get to try it because the kind folks at Raptor were kind enough, squirting pastry sour on the table. were kind enough to give me this can, so thanks a ton for that. But it will be fun to check out the Pastry Stout, because again, I remember their stouts as being pretty beefy and whatnot. Like really, they were able to handle the flavorings, because often I do like Pastry Stouts. I feel like it can suit a stout better, and I do like them once in a while, as long as they just don't get so fake and so laden with flavoring that you do not taste anything but fake flavoring. That's the big thing. I want a substantial base beer. But wow, this was a long review. This is a lot of rambling. But hey, hope you guys enjoyed it. So if you guys had a chance to try Neon Raptor's Vampire Disco, let me know what you thought of it. Crazy, crazy beer, and something I think most people watching this would enjoy. So if you can get some, try and get some. And again, thanks to Neon Raptor for the beer. And as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I'm going to say cheers in some crazy but fairly drinkable pastry sour. And see you guys in another beer review.